So I haven't talked about any new stuff for a while, but now we've got some information coming our way on the upcoming starter deck ST-11 featuring Uta as the leader. Now we talked about the prospect of having Uta as the leader way back when we first heard rumors about this starter deck, but now we have some concrete information including a leaked leader reveal as well as the effect for the super rare coming to the ST-11. So we're just gonna jump into it, talk about Uta, and let's go. We have another new leader as well coming on the way, but I'll talk about that in the next video. So without further ado, let's just jump in. Okay, so first of all, we have this poster right here. Thank you to Hero for posting it on Twitter. Check out his YouTube channel if you guys haven't. So this is the key artwork for ST-11. It's just information on the next starter deck that's gonna come out. It's based on Uta, and we already know that it's kind of based on the film type cards. And it's going to be a green base deck. Uta is the leader. If you can see at the bottom of the image right there, you can kind of take a little closer look at three different images. One is the leader itself, Uta, a super rare Uta, as well as the like an event card, but it's all blurred out. But we did have some official confirmation about the leader as well as the super rare. So let's talk about that. So here is the image of the Uta leader. So Uta is green, and the deck is kind of based on like the film archetype, as we already know, and most of the events are going to be based on Uta songs from the movie Film Red. So if you guys haven't watched it, you really should. So Uta is the leader. She's a green leader, 5 life, 5000 power, so kind of basic right there. Don 1, when attacking once per turn, reveal the top card of your deck. If it is a film type card, add it to your hand, then return the remaining card to the bottom of your deck. So every time you attack with Don 1, you essentially get to reveal the top card of your deck. You can see whether it's a film type card and add it to your hand. So essentially, if the card that you reveal is a film type card, it's like draw 1. However, in the kind of grand scheme of right now in the meta game, I don't think that this leader's effect is as strong as it seems, because you already have like your Nami Searcher, and essentially you're in green, you're gonna definitely use the Nami Searcher from OPO2 in Uta to search for your film type cards. But having an additional draw in the form of Uta could be quite useful to refill your hand, especially in the late game. So I do think that this leader is, does have some potential, especially if you're using it in a dedicated film deck. However, because Uta is only a green leader, you kind of lose access to all the purple film cards that you find in the Shang starter decks, or some of the other cards out there with the film archetype, which kind of dampens the power a little bit, to be honest, because there are some really powerful purple film cards, like for example Guilt to Sorrow, great way to draw cards as well, and even the top end from the Shang starter deck. So maybe this will play closer to the existing film Straw Hat cards that we already have from OPO2, and beef it up with the events. We haven't seen the events yet. This is just based on Uta as the leader, kind of fairly classic. You get to attack with Don 1. If it's a film card, you get to draw it. That's great. Now let's talk about her super rare. So based on the key artwork that we see, and this is the super rare of the set. So far we only get one, so we might have more in the future, but this Uta specifically is a 3 cost 4000 power with a special attribute part of film archetype, so that's important. With counter 1000, she has a blocker, and at the end of your turn you may discard one event card from your hand, set up to one of your film type characters as active. So first of all, this Uta being cost 3 works very well with the 4 cost Brook from the OPO2, which allows you to on play out another film type card that's 3 costs or lower. Usually play it out with Nami, but now you have the option to play it out with Uta. Also works well with the 7 cost Luffy, which lets you bring out a Brook or just this Uta. Now, usually you kind of want to play out the 4 cost Uta blocker, because I think that blocker is very, very strong in purple. But in this, there's a different option. Maybe you're playing in a different kind of style. But the ability to, at the end of your turn, you may discard one event card from your hand and set one of your film type characters as active is actually really quite good. Now you can attack with your 7 cost 7000 film Luffy, attack it to your opponent for 7k, and then at the end of your turn, discard an event card and restand it so that it can block in the following turn. So in that sense, because it's the end of your turn, you can't do any double attacking shenanigans, but you can definitely restand your blockers and make sure that you have some protection in the following turn. So in that case, I think that this Uta does have some utility to it, really quite powerful. And yeah, so far I think we might get another super rare, maybe even another a green Shanks, film type Shanks from Film Red. Don't know, but so far these are the two cards that have been revealed so far. And also on the topic of Uta, we are getting a premium card collection that is going to be released on the 7th of October, if I'm not wrong. That's going to be out in Japan first and probably make its way to like Premium Bandai or something similar to all the other card collections that we have so far. So if you're in the English release, you probably can wait for this. If you're a Uta fan and you want to pick this one up, you probably can wait for it, and it'll probably make its way to Premium Bandai eventually. So this should be coming out on the same day as the starter deck. So 7th of, I believe it's October of 2023. That's when the starter deck will come out. So once we get more cards, once we get more information about the starter deck, we will make another video about it and talk about how good this deck could potentially be with other cards. But as of now, let me know what you think about Uta as a leader. Is this leader strong enough to kind of compete with the big boys right now in the current OPO5 metagame? Or is this leader going to fall off to the wayside just like Uta's previous leader that is, you know, that promo that only cares about vanillas? But you know what? I'm excited to see the rest of the deck. I'm definitely going to pick up the premium card collection in the future. Hopefully I can get a copy so I can show it off the channel. But until then, it's Uta. Everybody loves Uta, or maybe not, but let me know what you think. But that's it for today's video. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.